Neutralization, toxins, viruses, or bacteria blocking adhesion molecules on their surface. Opsonization, help coat pathogens so phagocytes can eat them. Agglutination, clump pathogens together. ADCC coats pathogens by antibodies using NK cells. IgM, first secreted class. IgG, most common. IgA, breast milk. IgE, kill parasites, signal to eosinophils. E word. IgD, not secreted, help B cell membrane. Helper T cell, help regulate B cells. Cytotoxin T cells, directly kill other cells infected. Antigens, pieces of pathogens recognized as foreign and worthy of attack by immune system. Epitopes are part of the antigen that determines the immune response. Exogenous or extracellular, presented by phagocytes. Endogenous, intracellular, presented by infected cell. Autoantigens come from self-healthy cell. Antibodies are used to perform blood typing. Antibodies, immunification, used to test patients. Immunofluorescent microscopy, a way to tell if patient has been exposed to a pathogen. ELISA, sensitive, rest for exposure. Primary, affected infants, a developmental defect without T cells and B cells. Secondary is later developed. Passive immunity, provided by antibodies made from another source. Active, body develops antibodies itself. Artificial, antibodies to fight an infection. Artificial. Active, develops after, which is like the vaccine. Naturally active is after exposure to antigen and environment. Naturally passive, transfer of material antibodies across the placenta. IgG or breast milk IgA. Endogenous process, processed by nucleated cell, has MHC class 1, displayed to CD8 and cytotoxin T cells, results in CM1. Exogenous process, processed by API using MHC class 2 to display CD4 plus or TC helper or T helper, displayed to B cells and result in AMI. Immunoglobulin perform inside body, activate complement proteins, neutralization, opposition, agglutination, and ADCC. Cells that produce and secrete antibodies are plasma cells, which come from B cells activated by helper T cells. Receiving a live attenuated flu vaccine is considered artificial. Sick with COVID is considered natural induced active immunity. Being treated for COVID is artificially passive immunity. Transferring IgG's placenta is naturally acquired passive immunity. If you produce your own antibodies, it's active immunity. Antibodies by someone else is passive immunity. Attenuated, made with live microbes, able to reproduce but not cause disease, which is more potent, less safe, and activated. Made with killed microbes that cannot produce. It's safer, but not really strong. Opportunistic infection is more common in people with complications. Vaccine types: attenuated is live, weakened pathogen, inactivated, killed pathogen, toxic, denatured toxin, combination contains several pathogens, recombinant, variable antigen used in recombining DNA. RNA is translated by host cells into protein, which acts as the antigen. Type 1, Ig antibodies produced against allergens activate the E word to release histamines. Type 2 is IgG and IgM antibodies produced against body cells targeted for lysis. Type 3, non-phagocytides accumulate tissues causing inflammation and tissue damage. And type IV, cytotoxic T cells attack body cells that contain antigen. MHC1 and 2 contain macrophage cell.